Hi there, garden friends. This is Vincent again. As you know, we had a hurricane this week. I was ready to post a video when the hurricane came through and put a damper on things. Our hearts go out to those that were affected by the storm. So this is the backyard. Those are the arrowleaf elephant ears, which have some sunburn. There used to be a big tree here, and this got shade, but we took down the tree. My purple giant pennisetum is growing like crazy. A lot of the zinnias I've already cut back, they were done. This has gotten sunburned as well. The cast iron plant, aspidistra. My daylilies have been blooming. They're just opening for the day. You can see some pollinators. Those are carpenter bees. My avocado is doing well. A lot of new growth. And the coleus is trying to grow. I think this being raised, this bed being raised like it is, it drains really fast. So this dries out real fast. My coleus collection. This one, maybe something fell on it. A little floppy there. Anyway, these are non-patented varieties that I'll be propagating. Another quarterline tea plant. This one we moved back there to get a little more shade from this vitex, which is blooming again. This is the third time. See a butterfly up there and some pollinators. My moringa trees are growing like crazy. I'm going to try and keep those short this year. Last year I had them in the ground and they were, I don't know, 20 feet tall. The salad garden. See some okra I need to harvest. That one's getting a little big, a little bit too big. And I have a little bit of aphids on there. Those are very productive. The wax peppers, Hungarian wax peppers. For some reason I can't think of the name of those peppers. Those do turn red eventually. And I have a bunch of them. They're very prolific and turning into weeds, taking over. I also have some poblano peppers in here. And maybe some jalapenos. They're all just kind of, they're labeled, but the labels got moved around, so I'm not sure. But there's a bunch of different varieties. And this is basil. And the lemon balm, unfortunately, it's not looking the best right now with the heat. It doesn't like the heat and humidity. My broccoli, I've pulled that out now. I just have some peppers, little baby peppers in there now. And then there's a couple different kinds of basil here. Cinnamon basil, holy basil, I believe. I think that's the two varieties that have mixed in here. There's that quarterline again with the Hungarian wax peppers around it. Some more basil. And I have it's got a little mealybug. Pick that off. That's an Everglades tomato. It's actually starting to make some flowers. Maybe we'll get some fruit. And my cucumbers. Oh, there's a stink bug. Damn it. The stink bugs are driving me crazy this year. Cucumbers. We put this trellis for them. They are growing up the trellis and making cucumbers Gotta keep my eye on those. They get big before you know it. A hidden ginger that's getting a little too much sun. Some plant collection back there in the back. One of my golden goddess clumping bamboos. I believe that's the variety. Star jasmine. Some Alabama sunset coleus there. Another quarterline there. Some ginger that is naturalizing in this bed. That's the culinary ginger. And more collection, plant collection back here. Plant hoarding. And then the wildflowers are just about done. I'm about to pull them all out. Pull out the zinnias. And a lot of this salvia. The salvia is just taking over. Let my tropical plants have this area to themselves. Take all the flowers out. But the pollinators have been enjoying this. The butterflies going crazy here. So, of course, I'm going to leave them for a little bit longer until I can't stand it anymore. I had a jasmine die back there, unfortunately. Really upset about that, not sure why. But I have a feeling it's because of this big giant stump that's rotting here. The roots go right over toward that jasmine. And where that jasmine's planted, the ground has been pushed up by the roots of this tree. So it might have something to do with that. Okay, now we're in the vegetable garden area. This is my new vegetable garden I put in March, I believe. My melons, I've removed some of the leaves so you can see the melons here. They're coming on. There's a little baby melon. I showed this the other day, I think. These are my tomato plants. They say you can shake them like this. That one doesn't look like it's ready or something. I don't know. But maybe just tapping them helps to pollinate. I couldn't think of the word. Okay, here's the tomatillos. See some leaf damage. And not sure why these haven't fruited. I come around here with a paintbrush every once in a while to try and pollinate those as well. No fruit. My melons, I did come through here with a paintbrush a couple times, and I've pollinated those flowers as well. We weren't getting a lot of fruit at first, but now they're coming on like crazy. I see one, they're growing up on my sunflowers, and I see they're making melons. That's probably not a good thing. Probably have to trim those back. I've harvested my beans last night, so there's not a whole bunch here. There are a few little ones right here. Those need to be harvested. But last night they were a little smaller. They've grown. And then my bitter melons, here's one. Little babies. They say to get those when they're younger so they're not so bitter. More tomatillos. Still waiting for some fruit. They're growing like crazy. This is them. Gotten real. Oh, those are stink bugs. Look at that. But this is an organic garden, so I don't use pesticides. You gotta share with the bugs, I guess. Anyway, there's some more basil. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna make pesto. Keep saying that. I hadn't done it yet, but I will. And then my sunflowers. You can see It's a mixture of different sizes, and I think these are going to get bigger. They're growing like crazy. Here's one, a branching one. That's the one that's already got a flower right here. Some of them do. Here's a flower down here. So it's a mixture of sizes. Some of them are very, very big. And then my peppers. I'm working on growing peppers for salsa. I hope you can see the peppers. They're making them. Jalapenos here. These are, well, this is a okra plant, actually, but there are these lunchbox peppers along here. See, they're making peppers. They've got lots of little peppers coming on. They look pretty healthy. There's another okra and some peanuts growing up into it. Here's some pepper plants underneath here. I put the okra so it would shade the peppers during the summer, and it's doing that. But I put the black humus in the compost here to rectify the soil situation, and it does seem to be helping. Stuff is doing better. This okra plant's grown like crazy. Some bug damage though. So overall it looks pretty good. I've lost a lot of basil to the heat, and my collard greens passed. I pulled them out. Too much bug damage, snail damage. Basil. There's a lot of basil still. Some of it did die. This is oregano, which has looked better, but I trimmed a lot of it back with the flowers. So I'm showing everything, even the stuff that doesn't look good. Those are hidden gingers in the middle. They're doing good, but the parsley is done for the season. It doesn't like the heat, and it's getting real humid. And we've had a lot of caterpillars eating the parsley. We've also harvested a bunch of it and froze it for later usage. Lots going on in the garden today. I saw a butterfly being hatched here earlier. There he is. His wings are getting puffed up. Real excited about that. Okay, I'm going to show you the side garden. This is just a utility area, really, storage area. This is a Lingularia, which really should be in the shade. We used to have shade here. Also, my holly fern over there looks like it needs shade as well. There's another Palo Verde in this big giant pot, which I think we'll put something else there. We have way too many plants to take care of. This is supposed to be a Queen Emma lily. It's supposed to be purple. I don't know what happened. It's reverted to green. My loquat tree that we planted last year in the fall. It's doing real good. Can't wait for it to get big and create some shade. This is just a catch-all, really, this one bed. When we eat these cranberry hibiscus, this is salad. Goes in our salads. This is my patio here in the front. It's my mom's cordyline. that I need to take to her, my bamboo palm. I'm going to find me some flowers to put around that at the base. Another palm. We have a lot of these palms up here. These like shade, so that's why they're up here. This does get afternoon sun. The late part of the day. This orchid seems to love it. It's just a little sun, but it's a hot time of the day. This is the bed right in front of our house. Rock garden. There's some white vinca that have come back from seeds. And then Dusty Miller. One dianthus. There's a few dianthus along here, but I pulled most of them out. They don't like the heat. And then I have the cordyline with some, that is Dragon Breath Celosia, I believe. Or it was last year, but it's reseeded, so now it's probably some kind of mixture. One marigold. I planted a bunch of marigold seed, and they are starting to come up. Let's see some babies. There's some babies over there, but there's seed here I need to water and get it to germinate. And we got some more marigold right here. And this is the side of the house. We have some Yopon holly shrubs along there. I cut back the cannas. They will come back real quick. But I put African marigold seeds in here. You can see the seeds laying right on the surface. I'm gonna go back in and water that. My crepe myrtle blooming. It's real dry right now, but we're expecting rain. Bamboo's growing like crazy. We'll go back here and look at my wildlife garden. Show you what's going on here. Marigold, that's the naughty marigolds. And then right here we've got candlestick plant. I'm real excited about that. Hopefully it'll grow up real tall along here. I was hoping to have a whole hedge of it along this fence row, this long border. And they are growing, they're just not all big yet. More naughty marigolds. They do kind of spread out and make ground cover. And that's what I'm hoping in this bed. I want just solid marigold. There's another giant purple pennisetum. I have some Pride of Barbados over there by the street that has started blooming, and the butterflies are loving that. The hummingbirds love this orange esperanza. And here's my pyracantha hedge back at the alleyway. It's doing real good, lots of berries. Those will turn bright orangish red in the winter or fall. And then you can see my Pride of Barbados back here. I need to take those seeds off. We're just letting all this naturalize back here. There's some grass back there, a little grassy area back in here. And we're going to be removing all that grass, turning that into flower bed. Candlestick plant's a little bit too close to the street there. Some more naughty French marigolds. That's my Lindemere Muley. I'm probably not saying that right. I'll put the name on the screen. This is one of my favorite ornamental grasses. The white zinnias. I've talked about those before. African marigold over there, the taller ones. Red yucca. I'll be cutting back the ugly marigolds. But those seeds there, we will spread around. Part of Barbados, Zinnias, Esperanza, prickly pear cactus. I've got these hesperalloes, still with blooms. Hummingbirds love those. And my red yucca hesperallo over there with the blooms. It's done really well this year. This bed needs to be mulched, and we're going to connect it to this bed eventually, and it'll be part of the rock garden. Okay, and then here's my rock garden in the front of the house. This is a bald cypress. That's grown pretty fast too, actually, in the past few years. The daylilies underneath are struggling. I'm gonna move those. They don't like it. It's too dry right there. And then my holly trees need to be trimmed again. Those are the oak. Those are the Eagleston holly. And then I have more part of Barbados out here with the butterflies like crazy on it. Yeah, I'd say they like these. Bees, butterflies, little fritillarias. This is the aftermath of the Hurricane Beryl. We had a bunch of branches down, as you can see from these trees. A lot of stuff torn up. All my coleus and little collection of plants I put back here under my desk. They look like they're okay, as you can see. And my plants that were sitting up here on the desk look fine. All this looks fine back here. So I guess that was a little protected area. You can see there's lots of debris everywhere. We luckily had a generator. We were out of electricity. My moringas, I've already tied those up. Those were flopped down. Those were hanging down on the ground. So I've staked those up. I did that yesterday. My hidden gingers are still there. The parsley was done already. Go over here to my vegetable garden. The sunflowers are... The stakes did not hold them. As you can see, the ground, it just was too soft with the rain and the wind whipping these around. We lost a tree. Palo Verde, I think it snapped off. It looks like it's broken. My melons that were doing so good are underneath all this. And some of the sunflowers. My peppers that I staked up are still, they're still okay, so that's good. Maybe I can still get some salsa. This little tree seemed to be okay. It's a little lopsided, as is everything pretty much. We lost some bamboo shoots. Some of the newer shoots broke. Then my salad garden, The okra is still standing. Some of my peppers have bent over. Over here I didn't have them staked. This basil got really smashed, but that's okay, I'll cut that back. This pot of cordyline and peppers seems okay. And the fence is fine. This fence back here is leaning. It blew it this way a bit. Anyway, I'll go and show you the front yard. My succulent garden. The agaves are fine, of course. This tree's a little lopsided. We'll probably stake that up. Some broken branches on the bald cypress. My hollies are leaning. May have to try and stake that as well. My Hesper aloe flowers are still standing there at the corner. Those marigold, I'll just cut those back. And back here, the zinnias got torn up, but that's okay. I saw butterflies out here yesterday, enjoying those after the storm. So basically everything looks a little raggedy. So we'll take you on the journey of fixing this back up and cleaning all this mess up. I'll be doing that today.
I'm so very grateful I had such minimal damage. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel.
Oh, wow.